What do you do? No. What do you do before you go on stage?
This.
Arms over your head?
Yeah.
That's it? You're done? That's the whole thing?
That's it. Take a deep breath. You know?
All right.
It's a
well,
psychology thing. It's king of the world shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm an island boy.
Fucking Rocky Balboa. You know what I mean?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Corey, motherfucking Cognac.
What's up, brother?
Dude. All right, so I'll probably get on your ass a little bit about this during the podcast. You want this to be right up in your mouth.
All right.
Cool?
You gotta put it down though. Gotta be like, all right.
How's that?
I'm up on it.
Cool? See how you're above it?
To that. Yeah.
You want to be in the face of it.
Oh, because it's not a top.
No, that's why I pointed at the front of it.
So that's what I'm used to. That's funny.
Right. So right there.
I got
cool?
you. Yeah.
All right, dude.
Covering up my pretty mouth though.
Dude, yeah. Thank God. Such a pretty mouth you got. I wish I had duct tape. Podcast wouldn't go well with duct tape though. Wow, this has been a long time coming, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad to have you.
Always love.
Shall we do a pre-show boolah?
Oh my God! Do I have to drink the whole thing?
Corey's not much of a kratom drinker, but I will convert his ass. Why do I feel so short right now?
I'm a drinker.
You're tall, dude. How fucking tall are you?
6'3".
Motherfucker.
You doing this?
Boolah.
All right.
That's fine. You don't have to drink. God, you can. Okay. He doesn't want to mess up his funny. Can't mess
Cognition?
up your cognition. Fuck cognition.
Hold on. I have to be funny?
No. Well, if you do, we're doomed. Okay, so Corey Cognac, dear friend of mine. We've known each other for 4 or 5 months now. And have been wanting to get you on the podcast from when we first started it. And I'm glad that you're finally here. One thing you'll notice that we are live from Hakuna, so you'll hear people in the background. And so just ignore them and it'll be just you and me.
Oh, dope.
All right?
Oh, I thought you were talking to them.
No, I'm talking to you.
Talking to me. Cool.
So I know who you are, but for people who don't know who you are,
Sure.
who are you and what do you do?
Corey Cognac. I am a comedian and show producer right here in West Palm Beach, man. I live right downtown here, and I produce comedy shows all over South Florida. I'm actually producing a show up in Orlando in March. I'm fucking psyched about it, dude.
Sick.
It'll be my first time. I've performed like up there, but not like my show.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you reach out to Cam So Funny?
Dude, I put him on the fucking show.
After I told
I'm
you?
serious.
That's sick.
It is sick. He's my special guest.
Yeah, that's
He's a good kid.
He's a great kid. He's very fucking funny. We were fucking...
Came in second place here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were fucking honored that he drove from Orlando to be in this, makeshift fucking comedy contest we put together,
Right.
which has turned out to be a fucking hit, man.
It's dope. It's not makeshift, dude.
Thank you.
Don't lower yourself.
Thank you.
You know?
It's
Well,
definitely...
I'll take a little credit. I mean,
yeah, thank you for making it as awesome as you do. No, you're right. It's not. It was like a brainchild of yours, mine, Danielle's, where. So some backstory here. Danielle and I knew that when we put this place together, we wanted it to be not only a kava bar, but like a platform for entertainment and information, right? And we wanted comedy to be one of those forms of entertainment. But my plan was to go to the Improv and just fucking hand out business cards to build relationships, right? And I randomly, this is wild how the universe works. Literally, you came across, you either commented on, liked one of our things, I think maybe, and I started looking at what you do. Is that what happened?
It was a weird thing where you had said, dude, I was just looking at your page yesterday, and somehow, we both probably saw each other's pages, and then it said it might have popped up somebody for both of us.
Yeah.
Right? Like
And
somebody you might know or whatever.
I started stalking your page,
Right.
and I realized that you produce comedy shows, and I thought, well, that takes a lot of legwork out of it for me, and maybe this can be a synergistic relationship. I think you came the next day.
Right.
Or the day after.
What, that we talked?
That we talked. We talked on the internet.
Surprised I didn't come that...
I literally think you came the next. I was like, it was late. I think it was midnight or something. And you were like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. And you came.
Yeah.
We sat at the bar.
Yeah.
We first put together kava tea and comedy. which was a more formal comedy show where we had a certain number of acts, and we did a couple of those. One of them was, the last one was headlined by Esther Koo. You see I'm rocking the gear right here. Keep calm and just be Koo.
Not to be confused with the Klux Klan.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just keep it Koo. Don't keep it Klux or Klan. No. I don't even know if you and I are allowed to talk about that, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just edit that part out. So shout out to Esther Koo. She's fucking hilarious. She was on MTV, all sorts of Joe Rogan podcasts. She was on a sitcom and
Family
whatnot.
Guy.
She was fucking hilarious, and we loved having her.
Yeah.
But while we were doing that, you were interested in doing something more frequently. So you mentioned an open mic.
Right.
I wanted to make it. One thing I've seen with open mics is that people are rarely engaged. You know, when there's comedians in the corner doing open mic, the crowd can be very fucking disrespectful, not pay attention to what's going on. So we wanted to put something together where the crowd was engaged. So we collectively came up with this concept for a voting, funny or not. Do we think these people are funny or not? And we ironed out some kinks, but we've done 3 or 4 of them, and people are traveling from all over different parts of Florida to come.
Dude, yeah, once you said, you were like, dude, let's make it so people can like win money.
Correct.
If they kick ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, say less.
Yeah.
Like, that's something so cool to give to local, you know, comedians. Is fucking awesome.
Well, a lot of people don't realize the work that goes into being a comedian, you know. And I even had my moments where you had to like reel me back a little bit. You know, I had an image of like somebody throwing tomatoes at comedians, you know, and you're like, dude, like fucking think about this for what it is.
Yeah.
These people are putting their heart on the line, and okay, we can do the voting thing, but you know, let's have a little bit more respect. And once you put it into perspective for me, I realized, like, you know, you're absolutely right. This is an art. This was the whole point of what we wanted to do.
Right.
So
You're
yeah,
not
now
dealing with pros.
No.
You know, I'm still only a little over a year in, dude. So you know what I mean?
Really?
I went through, dude. I'm 14 months in.
No shit,
That's it,
man.
bro. That's it.
No shit.
That's it.
You're fucking grinding, dude. You guys will share Corey's social media at the end of this, but once you see what Corey has going on, I mean, you're producing shows all the time with very funny people. We've been blessed to have you bring several of them here, whether the open micers or the people who are a bit farther along. And there's some funny motherfuckers out there, dude. Funny motherfuckers. If you guys are interested, just shameless plug here. Every third Thursday of the month, we do the comedy showdown. You get to come in here. There's 10 comedians. We vote who's the funniest. The top 3 go home with cash. And it's a great time. So come check us out for that.
It's kick ass.
So comedy's been 14 months in. Why comedy? How old are you?
Or maybe more. I don't know. September 2020. I mean 2020.
September 2020? Oh,
Yeah.
you started comedy when I got COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I got my first case of the ick.
Yeah.
September 2020.
Dude, you know what I did though? I think I told you this. I did fucking mushrooms. And I think it rewired my brain to the point where I said, yeah, I can do that.
Really?
Yeah. And
so wait, it was something that you were playing around with? Like, maybe I'll be a comedian?
Yeah, always huge. Yeah, always have watched comedy my whole life, all that, you know. But, yeah, I was just like, yeah, you know, the world's probably going to end, and I should probably try to do this before it does. And then I fucking did. And I don't know. You know, it's an out-of-body experience the first time you do it. I did it at the fucking Improv with like 400 people there.
Oh, shit.
Dude, because the Improv is a dinner theater, right? So they sold food, so they were allowed to have people inside, even though it was September 2020. That was the loophole, that it was a dinner theater and comedy, you know what I mean? Because back then, if it was just a bar, they weren't open.
Oh, right.
know?
Well, luckily also we're in Florida, so we were able to get to a little sense of normalcy. But you were doing outdoor shows for a while.
I still am.
Yeah.
The ones I started in the pandemic are still going.
Right.
It's fucking great. Dude, I just picked up another outdoor venue. Well, and I'm like, nah, man, let's do it inside. This spot in Delray. I'm not gonna say what it is yet because I haven't even done one show.
Okay, all right.
It's probably a bad thing to preemptively flex.
I'm bad at that. I like to talk things into existence, but sometimes I get ahead of myself,
Dude.
and then you end up like over promising and under delivering. So I respect that.
That's something I've learned too, that I never do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do things into existence.
Yeah, well said. That's right.
Yeah.
So September 2020, you eat mushrooms, you talk to your spirit guides, and they say, get after it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I noticed, so you got to do 5 minutes, right? So I noticed that I didn't really even have I didn't even know where I was when I was reciting my lines, because it's the same as wherever you're standing. I could have been standing anywhere during that time. But then when I acknowledged the crowd, like somebody was talking and I kind of gave them shit and it got a laugh, I woke up and I knew where the fuck I was. And then I looked back at the film and I was like, damn, like maybe I can do this. You know what I mean?
It was like a spark in that moment.
Yeah.
When you had that crowd interaction.
Yeah.
Because up to that point in the set, you were just reciting lines you had practiced in your living room.
Yep. You know?
Shit.
But yeah, then when I look back and I was like, wow, that it actually got like the biggest laugh, of course. Yeah. And then I was like, man, I can I would like to do that.
Yeah.
Because I like telling people when they're being stupid.
Yeah, me too.
Fun, right?
Me too.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
And there's so much of it in Florida. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's not just Florida, man. People are dumb.
I know. I'm just jaded because I think
just everywhere. You're not from Florida originally.
No, I'm from Boston. I grew up outside of Boston, dude. So I don't know. I'm jaded from South Florida because it's all I've known as an adult. I didn't have any innocence here. I've just always been kind of fucking running wild and meeting the stupidest people here probably, and so it's like, I don't know, not that I'm not saying I'm better than, you know what I mean, it's just
because you don't come across as somebody who's highly intelligent.
You're fucking hilarious.
I'm working on comedy too, but
that's okay. I don't need to speak that into existence. I do it. I just am. I don't need to talk about it.
You sound like my other friend who was like, I am one love. Anyway, okay, so before comedy, were you like stamping? What are they called?
Yeah, I was in prison.
Bumpers? No, were you stamping bumpers in the and rapping outside at food trucks?
Well, because I used to do hip hop.
I know you used to do hip hop, and it was like a weird Eminem reference.
Long time ago. Oh yeah. With the beanie too. Yeah, that's great.
I think that's
it's fucking great.
I think that's what
my palms are sweaty.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was a long time ago, dude. I stopped that in 2011. But
really, it's been that long?
Yeah, dude. I was just a kid fucking around. But yeah, no, I used to stand out at the gas stations and sell mixtapes, like my mixtapes that were like fucking garbage.
In Boston?
No, down here, dude. I've been down here 19 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm that fucking old. It's half my life. I'm 37.
Oh, 37. You are old as fuck.
Yeah.
I say that, but I turned 36 in like a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you were a rapper, which is one we have in common. Two white Jewish rappers.
I don't know. I was aspiring. I was super into it.
Well, not for nothing, but you're really dope. You've rapped me some stuff.
Yeah.
That is like way better than I was anticipating. Nothing against you, but everybody's a rapper, right? So you're like, oh, okay. But I mean, your bars were sick, and you can hear that Boston, like New York. I don't know if it's like boom bat or I could hear it. It's dope.
Yeah.
So, but it's totally a dead art of yours. Like no aspiring. Like maybe one day again.
No, I have 6 songs ready to record right now.
Yeah, I knew it.
I just haven't done it.
All right.
They're 2 years old now too.
Right.
And dude, the whole point of getting away from that was because I don't want to be a tough guy, dude. You know what I mean? That's why I do comedy. Dude, there's a lot of fucking tough guys in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Something my father always taught me. And it's like, what the fuck is the point of like flexing Because if you do rap, you
there's a lot of bravado that goes along with it.
It's flexing. It's
machismo.
Ego, it's ego shit. I don't need that, man. Like I'll go back to it again. I don't need to talk about it. You just do it, right? So yeah, I don't know. And I got a 5-year-old daughter. I'm a fucking girl dad.
Yeah, beautiful little girl you got, man.
Thank you, man.
Fucking sharp cookie too, man. Yeah.
Smart kid.
Yeah, very smart kid.
Dude, she was asking my girl about she got a table runner. I'm a caveman. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I just learned what it was yesterday. Table runner. Oh, dude, the Navy placemats too, bro. It's a thing. Navy placemats.
Navy colored placemats.
The talk of the town today.
Navy color.
In my world, my world, Navy placemats.
Flavor of the week.
Yeah. But there was a. They girl out, my girl and my daughter, right?
Yeah.
So they have these conversations about very girly things that I can't even comprehend.
Right.
So my daughter's like, I pulled out like a Thanksgiving Day table thing.
Yeah, table runner, that thin piece of fabric that goes from one end of the table to the other.
My 5-year-old says to my girl, she goes, "Is that textured?" And it was like, "What? Is it textured?" That was my reaction, and my girl was just like, "No, it's not. It's flat." Like they had already talked about these things.
First of all, you're 5. Where did you even learn the word texture?
It's great.
That's got to be fucking wild to see something that like someone who came from your fucking loins talking at you.
Yeah.
Putting you in your place.
Oh, we're going to do the parent thing? Because I could fucking trip your world out right now.
I couldn't imagine, man. I couldn't imagine. I saw a video of her on your Instagram talking about, my dad's not going to give me ice cream, so don't go to his show.
Yeah. I swear, came up with that on her own. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because I've thought about, like, maybe I'll make, like, a cute video with her where I say, say this. I just try to catch her in action now.
Yeah, you just turn the camera on.
Kids say the darndest things, and it's just going to catch it at some point,
Yeah, I can't imagine. One day we'll have kids, but I don't know if I want to bring kids into this world. How's that affected you these past 2 years?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where it changes your world. For me, it did. It changes the way you do everything. It's my life. You know what I mean? 100%. Well, not 100. Can't really say that, right? But it just makes you think about the future. And in my 20s, I never did. In my early 30s, I never thought about future really. I mean, I built one, but that ended when COVID happened. I was a drug abuse counselor, by the way, too, for 9 years.
Oh, you did mention that to me. That's commendable work, man.
Well, that's what I got into after rap. All right, we'll get back to that. But yeah, man, the kid just makes you want to be a good person. It makes, especially that I have a girl, it makes me want the whole world to be fucking sunshine and rainbows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not. And it's hard. If I had a boy, I'd just be like, toughen up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude.
You got this little girl you need to protect.
And now it's hard because I have to be hard on her now. She's not a baby. You know? Like, help me put my shoes on. No, honey.
Yeah.
You can put your shoes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're 5, So every day is a new challenge. Every day is a new something. And every day I'm fucking amazed that she wasn't talking that long ago. And now she already lost 2 teeth. And she's like, I want more money. Knock more teeth out. For real. She said that the other day. When am I going to lose more teeth? I need more money.
That's
like,
fucking
the fuck do you need money for? She's like, toys. I'm just like, you got fucking toys. Like, what?
She's got to pay for your fucking transportation to your gigs, man. Somebody's got to pay for it. Do you lose sleep at night knowing, like, the world how it is now and that she's in it, or like do you just find yourself just like focusing on one day at a time? Like, I got nieces and nephews, and when the pandemic first hit, I just couldn't help but like be so sad about this world that they were like wearing this mask all day at school. And what is that like being a parent in this new world of COVID?
Dude, so she goes to school down where my ex lives. Okay, I still have her, and I have to drive all the way down there 2-3 days a week.
Yeah.
But dude, they're still wearing my fucking masks in Broward County in the public schools. It breaks my fucking heart.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's her first year in school. Okay, she's in fucking kindergarten, and so part of that experience is supposed to be all about the interaction and socialization, right?
Yeah.
Tough word to say.
Yes.
Socialize.
Socializations. Socialization.
Foghorn Leghorn. Socialize. I socialize.
When I used to work at a tattoo parlor, somebody was canceling their thing, so I'm like, "Oh, we got a cancelization today." And my friend said, "What'd you just say?"
Socialization. Yeah.
But that's what kindergarten's all about.
Dude,
right? It's not like fucking algebra and shit. It's about human interaction.
Dude, so every day my daughter walks into school still, and it breaks my heart because she's walking into a school. She can't even tell when somebody's smiling at her. I feel like you can't.
Yeah.
You can't feel, and that is love. She is missing out on love, and so are all those kids. And it's fucking terrible to me, and I don't lose sleep over it anymore. I mean, I wouldn't sleep ever. I actually don't sleep very much. I'm on like 2-3 hours right now. But little Red Bull, little crack. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
But
a little bit of crack never hurt nobody.
Crack here. Okay.
A little bit.
Your fucking eyes drop. You're
a little
like,
bit
dude.
of no. You could say a little bit of crack didn't destroy families and imprison young black men.
Nah. So yeah, it sucks, man. Oh, but you had asked like, how does being a dad affect like what I do?
Yeah.
I made a point that I can't. I have to have some separation there,
right?
With the comedy shit. That's why I can talk about drugs and sex and like, be like super immature and shit when I want to be, because I'm not gonna let that world. Even though she'll get older and see my shit, but she'll be an adult, so fuck it.
Yeah, well, it's reality. I know that I've seen your set, and I love watching you build your set and whatnot. But I see that you draw off your real life. What are you looking for? I can help you find it.
Vape.
You got it? Cool. It's very important in these conversations. Sure. I see you draw off your real life. Yeah. Your whole set is off your real life.
For sure.
And you can't water that down. Because now you have a child and whatnot. Like it's almost a responsibility to her that you keep it real. Yeah. And that's what she'll see when she looks back on your sets or whatever. That my dad always kept it real. Right. And I think and
I'm super goofy with her anyway at home.
Right.
And I do. I don't know.
You probably draw from that for your sets.
Maybe. I don't know.
That playfulness.
At this point, dude, I'm really just I'm trying to get those big fucking punches. Because I have a few now, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But you gotta. That's what for me. It's coming down to. I don't want to just be blah 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 anymore or telling a story. It's really like you got to tighten up to get it to next level.
Yeah. Well, especially with the volume of shows you've been doing.
Yeah.
I could imagine the pressure for more material, big hits. But you're developing that every show. I've watched you several times work out a few bits, and I can see when you make small adjustments just in like the build up where it's like the mini punchline beforehand. I've watched you add a couple of those in, and I've had an opportunity to see you up close, and I can almost see this fucking twinkle in your eye when this new little thing you threw in is like, oh, that fucking worked.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to see, man.
Cool.
What is your writing process like, your creative process? Because I know that you wrote rap music for years, and you're a wordsmith, as am I. Does that time you spent writing rap music help? Do you use a similar writing style? What's your coming up with new material process?
Dude, it's way harder than rap.
Yeah.
Rap, you just write down the word napkin and try to rhyme it.
Is that how you did it?
Blapkins and napkins.
Slamming a bam back in the canister. Making my way into Canada looking for a manager.
Wood Harrison Ford in the motor hitting the floorboards.
Forcing the core swords.
So it's way harder way harder, and you have to write it naturally. Like, I try to think about the way I speak, so I don't write it first. You have to speak it.
Yeah.
And then, but I'll write, I'll write a note, something funny that happens. I got a new girlfriend now, so now I'm like, all right, I have to change some of my material.
Right.
A lot of my shit was about being single.
Yep.
Which is hilarious to me.
Right.
Just to be a 37-year-old single dad is just like, I don't know. It's just funny to me.
Well, there's a lot of material you'll be able to get from relationships.
Right.
My wife literally tells me that, like, the shit that I say about her and our relationship should be, if I did do comedy, it's like, it's all that stuff, It's like about the relationships. What?
It's not.
It's not what?
It's not worthy to be on the stage.
What, mine?
No, I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying, but because that happens with me and my girl. We're cracking up about something, but it's not worthy to be on a stage.
Yeah, some of it.
Dude.
Do you think it's offensive to her?
Oh, no, I don't mean that. I mean that it's just not... it's just...
Like the table runner.
Situationally.
The table runner. Like, that's perfect. You know what I mean? There's a bit there.
No.
No? Like, I thought a table runner was somebody who, like, stole my dining room table.
I used to think everything was a bit.
Right.
And now I'm like, no. Because the ones that you've seen me do that are able to hit every time.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.
But yeah, no, there's definitely funny stories and funny material that can come out of all that.
Right.
But, I don't know. I just, like I was saying, it's like, I'd say only once a week do I really write a new joke.
Yeah.
At this point.
Do you think that maybe you're too hard on yourself?
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm holding myself to a ridiculous standard.
Yeah.
But that's the way I feel like I should be. Because if you want to step up.
Like some humility a bit.
Some what?
Like some humility, like not, let me not think that everything I say is funny, and let me make sure that I'm really fine tuning what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
there's people that have been doing it a long time, and they're very funny people, and actually more likable than me. You know what I mean? Because they're like just goofier, more loose. I don't know. I just want to fucking like murder, dude.
Yeah. I've heard it said that if you live your whole life without having a chance to murder on stage, that you've never really lived. That feeling of just having a whole crowd just rolling is like probably the highest high you can have, aside from like similarly being a musician and being able to rock a crowd of 10,000 people singing along. That connection that you get with the crowd and this dance that you're doing with the stories you're telling. So I could understand that.
The only time that's happened is when I'm riffing.
Yeah, you're very good at riffing.
But, well, yeah. Thank you.
They call it crowd work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you can get on a roll. So I want to write material like that.
Yeah.
Where it sounds natural and you're able to make it sound like it's fresh off the cuff.
Yep.
So that comes with repetition. So now I actually have unwritten things to say after a certain joke when there's a certain person in the crowd, certain type of person.
Yep.
There's an old person. I'm going to say this, like, this guy knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't know. Or if somebody...
You record all of your sets, right?
Dude, I was, and like the past month I've been slacking on it.
Yeah, you need to do that, man.
I've done some good shows, and I've been fucking up. Because sometimes you're just in the zone. You know, to take that 30 seconds to pull out your phone and do all that.
Set up the camera, yeah.
Even that can kind of throw you off a little bit.
Oh, right. Because now you're in like filmer producer mode.
I'm already producing the show.
Yeah.
I'm fucking talking to whatever's the owners of the venue, making sure everything's good. And then I have to fucking perform. Right. So sometimes, dude, I will fucking meditate before I come out to a show.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you can't be scrambled. You can't go into a scramble already scrambled.
Yeah.
Dude, I will go in the shower, lights off, and just stand in the shower.
I like lights off showers.
Yeah. What, you've done this?
I'm a fan of
That's a
lights
thing?
off showers.
I thought I invented it.
No, maybe we did, and we didn't know we were doing it together. We were showering together and didn't know it. But no, I'm seriously, I'd like to turn the lights off because we're so used to having the lights on in the shower and whatnot, especially end of the day. Like, yeah, lights off shower. But you do this before you go to shows.
I try to, if I have time to.
Right.
It's meditative. Meditative?
Meditative.
I have been drinking all day, by the way. No, I'm serious.
I am not surprised.
Dude, like, my girl's at work, and I'm just like, you know, there'll be like another bottle of wine gone, and she's like, oh, another bottle of wine. I'm like, yeah, honey, you know, I mean,
I don't want these grapes to spoil.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I'm a fucking comedian. Like, she's like, yeah, it's true. She's like, do you?
Yeah. Well, I can also imagine with the amount of shows that you're producing, your life has been probably very, like, fly by the seat of your pants. Like, you're just, like, as far as being, like, thinking about setting up the camera and whatnot, like, you literally got off a show from last night. Now you're driving to Fort Lauderdale to do this show, and you're constantly just, like, so I get it. But I really think, man, you should fucking... They used to have this thing called a flip cam, but now you can get a little video camera on Amazon for $150. Tripod camera should be the first thing you set up when you get there.
For sure.
You got to do it, man.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
those
amateur
riffs,
not to. I did it, dude. I did it for like 6 months straight.
Yeah.
This past year, and just the past month or two, I don't know what it is. I just it's out of my repetition.
Yeah, you got to
like
make
I said,
it.
I think it's. I just got to.
Well,
get
think
back
of me
in.
next time. Be like, Blake's gonna fucking kill me if I don't record this. And the point is that those riffs and that crowd work that you're doing, when you go back and watch that, I know it's gonna help you build material because you can see what's lighting up the crowd, what's lighting up you.
Well, and that's actually the stuff that you want to put on social media because I don't want to put my material on social media. Some of the big, the jokes that I like that work.
Right.
I don't even have.
No, they got
to
come see you live to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who inspires you?
Me.
So, yeah, doesn't want the ego. Became a comedian, so he would get rid of the ego. Right. No. Yeah, it's really working.
Hey, man, I just thought, I'm talking about my daughter. I'm talking about my girl. I mean, I mentioned my father has, guided me and stuff, but...
Comedically, who inspires you?
Well, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that Boston guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I get that.
He's a goat.
Hilarious. His fucking rants on his podcasts, fucking brilliant. Not many people can do a podcast by themselves over and over and over, and he has these rants that he goes into.
You know who's good too is I'll mention two people that have been quote unquote canceled. One is Chris D'Elia.
Oh yeah, Ramada Slamada Bamada Ramada.
He's just my style. I couldn't do that style though. He's like way more immature. I want to be that immature though.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like 40, no kids, like just on another level. But and Louis C.K., dude. Louis C.K. did you see he put out a special called I'm Sorry?
No.
And it was only on his website because he's not going to get picked up by fucking Netflix. And I'm sure he sold like 1 million of them.
Right.
Just straight off his website. I definitely paid for it too. I did not get a password from one of my comedy friends.
No idea what you might be talking about.
But it was a great special, and he didn't hold back, dude. He got canceled and all that, Louis C.K.?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on that whole thing.
Okay.
I don't really know exactly what happened, but I think he told somebody he was on the phone with that he was masturbating, or he was masturbating while he was on the phone with somebody.
Oh, no. He had two girls, two lower-level comedians, whatever, up-and-coming comedians, females in his apartment after a show or something, or you know what I mean? And he blocked the door and was jerking off. So he got in trouble for that. Anyway, he put out...
he locked them in the room, they couldn't leave, and made them watch him?
I think he... I don't want to misspeak, but from what I heard is that he was standing, like, kind of blocking the door,
Yeah. Do you think he thought it was funny?
Yes.
He thought he was joking.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
crucified for it.
Yeah. So, but that's also, a big thing that I think about a lot with comedy is that the chauvinistic shit is not cool in the real world, and it's not cool on stage anymore. You know what I mean? But we all grew up right.
But listen, man, there's a rare breed of humans who are comedians who, like, the job of a comedian is to make fun of things that are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's all a joke. That's the point.
True.
Is a joke. And it's supposed to challenge what we think about things and poke fun at the irony in things.
You can poke.
You just can't stroke.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I just feel like comedians are under full-blown assault right now, and it's this whole cancel culture thing.
I haven't felt it, though.
Well,
and nobody I know
continue
has really.
Continue to grow, get some like major success under your belt.
Oh, then they'll fuck with you.
Yeah. And then but it's so important, I think, for you to not self-censor because of that, because that's exactly what they want. They want you to think that you can't say something because you might get canceled and the cancel mob is going to come after you. But it's because they want to control the narrative, and it's like, this is fucking comedy. Some of the best comedians of all time said the most ridiculous shit that if we watched it now, you'd be like, oh, you can't say that anymore.
Can't.
But you should. You should.
I'm not gonna.
I understand that, but I just think that I think it's really important to.
I'm just talking about the
specifically chauvinistic,
punching down on women, being I got a kid, and so I'm not gonna speak on things that I don't act anyway, even though I make gay jokes and I'm not gay. But
yeah, see, what's that? See, I think the job of a comedian is to make fun of everything.
Yeah.
Right? And women might be that. Fucking kids might be that.
For a poke.
You know?
For a poke, yeah. I mean, women, fuck with men. Talk about whatever. This guy sent me a dick pic, right?
Right.
But yeah, man, I just think it's a new world, though, too, man. And all those older guys my father's age, this world is not for some of them.
Right.
They are all getting outed.
Right.
For fucking up. What's Cuomo and shit? Fucking,
Yeah.
Trump,
well, because
grab her by the pussy.
The cancel mob is trying to cancel everybody they can.
The problem is, I agree with a lot of it, dude.
Yeah, I agree with that. You shouldn't fucking assault people, and you shouldn't fucking make fun of somebody because of a physical ailment. But I don't believe that you should self-censor irony and something that's funny because it's just wild. Because the point is it's not real. It's entertainment. It's
meant to be outlandish.
Think about a movie, right? These actors don't get canceled, right? Maybe if they do something in their personal life, but if an actor is depicting a murder scene,
okay, that's actually a very good point.
They don't get
because it's a show. It's entertainment.
It's a show. It's entertainment. It's an act.
Yeah.
And I think that there's some comedians who are very brave.
Yeah.
Who still do their thing, and they try to cancel them.
Way.
Chappelle. Did you see his newest special?
Of course.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Did you watch the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people are criticizing him and saying that it was transphobic and whatnot. But if you actually watch the whole thing, which the people who were saying it was transphobic did not.
Right.
It's a close friend of his who was trans, who he was having open for him. Are you getting a text?
We're good. What?
He's listening. He's watching the end of the Chappelle show right now. Committed suicide because she was ostracized by her own community. And he tells this beautiful story about her. Never says anything transphobic. And one thing you can tell that when people are trying to cancel him, they don't quote anything he says. Nobody says he said this, which is transphobic. I think it's important for people.
They said that he said he was going to punch her in the fucking face.
He said he was talking about a lesbian woman.
I sound square as fuck right now.
Punch her in the fucking face.
What?
You said punch her in the fucking face. He punched her in the boob, I think. And it was a lesbian girl who tried to fight him,
Right.
is my understanding.
Meanwhile, the story might not even be true.
Correct.
Dude, I make shit up.
Because he's a comedian.
Right. I make shit up like that. I talk about that I was in the Magic Mike films because enough people.
You weren't?
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to empower you and remind you that, you're in a special place as a comedian.
We'll put it this way. Sorry to cut you off.
That's okay.
If I was an actor, I would not be portraying like a fucking wife beater. It wouldn't be okay with me, and I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
That's it. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so that's just for me, and it's more about thinking about longevity and, because like you said, it was okay to say certain things. So think about 20 years from now, it's going to be even worse. And for my daughter,
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with it being more equal. And I never thought I would be like this.
Right.
Because I'm not saying I like disrespected women or anything, but
you were a rapper, and it's like it's part of the fucking repertoire, like
yeah.
my bitches, and I get that.
Well, that's why I make fun of rap in my fucking sets.
Right.
That it's like I feel like every rapper is trying to fuck my girl. Like every rapper is fucking somebody's girl. Like every rapper.
Listen,
like, I fucked your bitch.
I literally have several songs that I did where I'm talking about fucking somebody else's bitch.
But why is that so cool?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Because it's a flex.
It's a flex. You're right.
I don't want to flex anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care about flexing.
I respect that.
I want to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. I want to fucking have a good time. And flexing is just it's
fraudulent.
It's insecure.
Ooh. It's true, man. I'll be the first one to admit it.
Just fucking called rappers insecure.
A lot of people become rappers.
I did that shit.
So there's two things that happen.
No, you're missing the irony, bro. I did that shit.
Yeah, because we're insecure. Yeah. I knew that when I recorded my first song and I played it for people and they thought it was amazing. Some of them did. So, I got this feeling of like, holy shit, I can create this inflated version of myself.
Right.
Because I was shy and insecure.
Little alter ego.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I didn't mean to say that was you.
No, I understand. Yeah. But I'm admitting that from firsthand that I know that's the case. There's other people who are, they use it as an opportunity to get out of bad circumstance and whatnot. And maybe they're just super talented. There are also several rappers who are, very conscious and share really uplifting stuff. Rarely gets to the top, right? And you and I both know that's like the powers that be. They don't want to promote fucking, consciousness and positivity. The stuff that makes it to the top of the charts talks about fucking Xanax and lean and fucking.
J. Cole's broke some.
J. Cole.
Done really good with that.
J. Cole.
Right?
I give credit to Jay-Z for that. Jay-Z, usually these gatekeepers at the top are going to be, white men who want to, it's unfortunate, but I think there's a concerted effort there. Right. There's actually, you might have mentioned this to me, there was a connection between record labels and private prisons. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, there's this... There's been these documents that came out about meetings that were had between the private prisons and the head of several record labels about promoting a certain type of message to help fill their prisons.
Oh, this sounds like conspiracy stuff, bro.
Yeah.
You're going flat Earth on me.
No, don't do that. Flat Earth was created to fucking muddy the water of legitimate fucking
I didn't
conspiracies.
mean to amp you up either.
Oh, I'm amped. No, look into it.
All right.
Look into it. You don't think that there's that these private prisons need to be filled, and that there might be powerful people who are manipulating certain populations? No, you just think bad people go to prison.
Oh, that's a totally different subject.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, let's talk about it. What, bro? All I'm thinking about is what Tupac did. So Tupac had songs that he had a different message for songs,
and they killed him.
Well, his actions off stage definitely killed him.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Yeah, no, the way he was, he was super reckless, dude.
Yeah.
He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, that's a fucking shame how that all went down, man.
I'm just saying that he, he didn't always have the same message. I don't think anybody was puppeteering him, and so I don't.
Well, I don't necessarily. When I say this, it's not about getting the puppeteering the artist to say specific things. It's about putting artists who are already talking about that in the spotlight. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff's happening, and then because people think that what goes viral is accidental. Mm-hmm. It's not accidental. You know, that's all done with algorithms, and they make what they want to go viral. And you know, there's certain stuff that goes viral that is going to be, you know, highly detrimental to our youth. Mm. And I think that could be a concerted effort from people who want to fill prisons.
I think people just like chaos.
I think we do thrive. People thrive in chaos,
and these people are taking advantage of it by putting those people in the spotlight.
It's interesting. It's kind of like how the algorithms on social media feed us things that we interact with the most, and what that happens to be are things that upset us.
Dude, it's so funny because, you know, TikTok does that. It figures out what you watch the most and shit. Yep. Dude, all my shit is ghetto shit. You know,
like hood fights?
No, just the
World Star.
Well, yeah, World Star stuff, but you know, just the I'm in the kitchen and I'm whipping. You probably never even seen that.
No.
I've seen 100 videos of somebody doing a remix to the seasoning the chicken. Right? Because
really?
It's fucking funny to me, yeah.
Right, and you watch it, like when you get on the video, you let it repeat a bunch of times because it's hilarious, and you like break it down. Yeah. Well, it sees that, and then it fucking feeds you more of it, right? Well, same thing with Facebook. Like, if I see somebody post something about something that I disagree with, I'm more likely to interact with it. So that ends up this fucking cycle of feeding me more of it.
But that's on you.
Well, it's true. You know, we should practice more self-control, and I do now. Yeah. When I see something that frustrates me, I should do it for myself, but my motivation is like, let me not feed the algorithm, right? And I go right past it. So, but I think going back to what you were saying is that they're taking advantage of the fact that people feed off that chaos, and that's what they promote.
Right.
You know?
Check this out. Could be the crowd I'm talking, but
probably
I do this in
Had 3 sips.
I manipulate the algorithm in my real life. Since I started comedy, I have taken out the negative shit, which is a corny thing to say.
No, I like corny, man. I like corny.
Well, as a drug abuse counselor, that is something that you preach to clients, that you need to take the people, places, and things that are fucking your life up, that you're letting influence you, and get them out, right?
Yep.
Well, that's definitely what I did. There's family members that I can't even talk to, that because, you know, some people are just negative or kind of miserable, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, can't talk.
Yeah.
I'll can't talk. Like, dude, I have a show tonight. I can't fucking talk about nonsense.
Yeah,
that's
what Margaret
gonna fuck
did.
up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's selfish, but I've never been that way, and it's fucking time. And everybody should be like that.
The selfish word just like trips me out. Like, I get one shot at this life. You get one shot, and tomorrow's not promised. Now, obviously, I need to care for the people who I love, but it's like that whole thing when the plane's going down. You know, you got to put your own mask on first so you can help others. So it's like being selfish. And I think Kanye talks about this. And I'm sorry, but I might get canceled for this. I think he's a fucking genius, man.
Oh, of course.
I think he's a fucking genius.
Of course.
And when they tell you that you're being selfish or you're a fucking egomaniac, it's like because they don't want people to be empowered to believe in themselves and to like create boundaries in their life. They want you to fucking allow the chaos in your life. So, you know, I'm all for selfishness as long as it's like, you know,
or what they call selfishness.
What they call selfishness. As long as it's not detrimental to other people's health and you're not a fucking asshole,
right?
But you fucking cut the negativity out of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, it's like you said, people walk around with a rain cloud over their head, and it's because they're constantly just sucked into the fucking, the nonsense.
Miserable with their job or something. And so now, you know, because this is like what I do, it comes off. I know it comes off as like an entitlement thing, where somebody's talking about their shitty day, shitty job, and I'm just like, I got nothing to say anymore.
Right.
I can't relate.
Yeah, because you love what you do.
Yeah. You know, even though we were just talking about how stressful it can be.
Right.
But it's still like,
it's a welcome stress.
Love it. Yeah.
Well, that's said to be about like Eminem, right? His initial content was amazing.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about the struggle and the challenges of his life. Once he became a multi-millionaire and he started using all these fucking accents and stuff, it was like, all right, heard enough of it. It's like, I don't know, there's something to be said from drawing from the things that are fucking hard for you.
Yeah.
And then once things start going the way you want, it's kind of hard to find that creativity, you know? Like my best songs that I ever wrote were about like, you know, not being believed in or struggles with my family. You know what I mean? But then things started going right in my life, and it's like, well, I guess I should just write love songs now, you know?
Right.
It's definitely a challenge, man.
Yeah.
So Boston.
Yeah.
Big comedy scene in Boston.
Yeah.
Did you like go to comedy shows?
Yeah. My dad would take me when I was young.
Yeah?
When I could get in. I think he got me in before I was 18.
Yeah.
That and strip clubs. No, I'm serious. It's fucking great. Dude, so I would shave my head back then. I was like 17, and I was like shaving my head. And he takes me out to a strip club. He's like, to the bouncer, you know, bouncer's like, let me see your ID. My dad's like, hey, this kid just got back from Afghanistan, okay?
No.
Dude, he's like, and the bouncer's
That's better
like,
than what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say cancer.
No. But yeah, let me right in, and I ordered a drink. It was 21 and over, so I just ordered a drink right at the fucking bar. It was pretty cool.
No shit.
Yeah.
What was your childhood like, if you don't mind me asking? Did you grow up with both parents?
No. Crazy divorce,
Yeah?
to be honest. Yeah.
When you were young?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Parents split. Messy divorce. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Let's keep it light.
You didn't know this is it. Welcome to the fucking dungeon. No, myself personally, I know that, you know, early childhood has so much impact on who we are as adults. You know, my parents got divorced when I was a year old, so I never really knew a family, like a nuclear family, like a legitimate one. I was raised by a single mom. I grew up in AA meetings. I know a story my mom has told me from I was in kindergarten at Catholic school, right? My mom comes in for a parent-teacher meeting, and the teacher says, you know, Blake's doing really well, but after Mass, he keeps saying this weird chant after the Lord's Prayer.
Donda.
Keep coming back. It works if you work it. So work it. You're worth it.
You would say that?
Yeah, as a 5-year-old in Mass.
She had you in the back of the room at the AA meetings?
I grew up in AA meetings.
Holy shit.
I had a single mom who was in AA.
Dude, there's a comedian that does a bit about this.
Really?
Yeah, it's Ryan Scott.
I introduced my mom to my stepfather in an AA meeting. He was in like the kitchen area where the coffee is and stuff, getting the coffee ready, and I would always like want to go over there and whatnot, and he showed me this number where you like pull your finger off, and I remember it clear as day. I'm like, oh my god, my mom has to see this. So I go and I get my mom, and this Lauren Cott, God rest his soul, became my stepfather. You know, so I early childhood years can have a big impact on our lives. And I was just trying to dig a little deep, man.
Well, I'll tell you that what I have found the most interesting about that is that my father ended up with full custody of me and my sister for about from age 13 on, and he got remarried and stuff, but that's why, you know, being part of my daughter's life and all that has never even been a question to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my father's told me that, first of all, he's very proud of what I do and how I am with my daughter. Yeah. Which is cool. Everybody wants that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I literally am able to put myself in my father's position now and see the type of sacrifices and all that. But when you're a kid, you think he's a fucking prick.
Right.
And then you grow up and you're like, oh my God, you know?
I've had that epiphany before.
This guy
where,
put food in my fucking stomach every night. Every night?
Right.
Every night. You know?
Yeah, and here you are now, and you're like, fuck, this is hard.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
This is hard.
Yeah, dude. I just had, before I left the house to come here, we had a tea party. We took a bath. We got dressed. We went to bed. And I have to sit next to her while she falls asleep because she was used to being in my room, and now she can't be.
Oh, right.
So,
this is all new. Now she has her own room. She's got to sleep in her room.
She's always had her own room,
right.
But I've been a single dad for the past 3 years.
Yeah,
so
you guys crash watching TV and stuff.
Whatever, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So now it's tougher. I got to sit in there until she falls asleep and stuff. But yeah, all that stuff I just said took like 2 hours.
Right.
So.
And it'll happen again tomorrow night.
No, yeah. And then, she's going to bed and she's like, I'm hungry. It's like.
do like my parents told me, drink a glass of water and get your ass to sleep.
That's right.
Right? No, I've had the epiphany about the dad thing. Like, my dad always had an answer for everything. And I used to think, like, come on, like, just leave me alone. Then I had an epiphany one day, like, holy shit, everything he ever told me, he was right.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah.
And he had been through it.
His methods might have been wrong.
Yeah. No, he just wanted me to not have to beat my head up against a wall failing at things that he failed at. But you, as kids, we think we know better, and we think our parents have no fucking clue until you realize, like, they were trying to give us like a little bit of a head start by telling us, like, that doesn't fucking work,
Yeah. Going deep, bro. Going deep.
Well, a fucking life is deep, man.
Yeah.
Life is deep. So has he seen you perform?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, I just got booked at out of state. Okay, I just got booked for a March show. It's out of state. Again, I'm not going to say where it is because I just don't want to preemptively
jinx it. Yeah.
Whatever. But he's going to fly out and go to the show, and he's talking about bringing my uncle, and I'm like, yo, what's the deal? He's like, no, this is real.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, that's pretty fucking cool.
That's
but
fantastic,
he's
man.
been to at least 2 of my shows at the Improv here.
He lives here locally or still in Boston?
No, he moved down.
Yeah.
Dude, my father and mother both moved down within a week of each other, and they live closer to each other than they do to me. It was right around the time I started, I knocked up my girl and stuff.
Yeah.
My ex.
So they're like, oh,
I think that's what
together.
I think do it together. They hadn't spoken in 20 years. That's the craziest
but together,
part.
like, we want to like be in our
I think
grandchild's
so, yeah.
life.
They both.
That coffee smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind bringing me one? You want one?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take 2, please, if you don't mind. Yes, please.
Do you have any other beverages? Because I have 4.
Oh, we do all the beverages up here, man. That's why we have this long bar, so we can just line them up. Speaking of beverages and
I've been
things,
sipping all of them.
Yeah, no, you're doing great. So my buddy Nick gave me this Nature's Stash little Delta 8 gummies. You guys know I normally eat the Poseidon Botanical gummies, but I'm always down for it. First of all, if it was regular THC, I couldn't do it. I would be sure that Corey was sent here to kill me after a few minutes if it was regular THC. But since it's Delta 8, I'll eat half of one and see how I feel.
All right, let the record show that this man, I'm looking at the camera now, this man gave me these Delta 8 gummies, and I was on the fucking moon, okay, for like
Does China have a
6
base up there?
hours. I was like, oh, so this is a kava bar, and it's actually just a drug den. That's
crazy.
what this is.
It's not a drug den.
I'm like, I'm just like, okay, he's giving away real gummies, real THC with like fucking hallucinogenic fucking shit in it, and I'm like, that's what this is.
That's what you convinced yourself of?
Yeah, I don't smoke. I smoked for like years, like I don't know. Now you talk about family and stuff. Now I feel like family's gonna see this, but I just I don't smoke like that anymore.
Yeah,
and,
same.
So I guess I'm super sensitive even to the Delta 8 shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the real deal.
Well, especially eating it, like when you eat marijuana or any derivative of, your liver creates this different chemical compound, which is way stronger than
And it lasts
smoking
longer.
it. Yeah, for sure. But the Poseidon Botanicals Delta 8 gummies that you're referring to are very good. But the one thing you always want to be
getting paid
mindful
to
of.
say that?
What? I'm not getting paid to, but we do sell them here at Hakuna Makava, and you can find them behind the bar. So you have to be mindful of the dosage, and I always start with just like a half of one, and then see how I feel. The problem is once you feel good on a half, you think, well, I can eat 2 more. And then it's like, yeah, then you're in another parallel universe. That happened to me once.
So they fuck you up like that?
Yeah, but see, what happens is it like it helps me find this creativity, and it like opens up my perception of things, which I really enjoy. Like I was a rapper, right? And I wrote music, and smoking weed always went hand in hand with writing music. And that really started from in high school. We would smoke weed and drive around in the car, and we all had subwoofers in the trunk, and it was like an experience I can never explain, never forget. The best feeling in the world is hearing and feeling this music while you smoke weed.
Sure.
So that kind of transferred over. Yeah, Bone Thugs. Well, see, I was really into like Outkast, Ludacris. Who else did I listen to? A lot of Eminem, Nappy Roots. But when I started making music, the marijuana went hand in hand with it, right?
Yeah.
I would smoke it. It would help me get creative. But it was a fine line that if I smoked too much, I couldn't figure out how to open the door of the recording booth, you know? So it's like you had to find that balance. But I got to a point in my 30s where the paranoia was just debilitating.
Me too. No, that's exactly what happened.
And I remember older people telling me this when I was younger.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, I used to smoke weed all the time, but now I can't do it. It gets me too paranoid.
Yep.
And I remember saying, like, oh, you just smoke through the paranoia. You'll be fine.
You want to know what the breakthrough was for me?
What?
So we had like a pot party, okay? Me and like 3 roommates, and I don't know, maybe 30, 40 people were there, okay? We had a pot cake. We had 7 blunts, 7 joints, bongs going around, whatever. Fucking pot party. So I'm high as fuck. And I went upstairs to use the bathroom. Dropping the kids off. Anyway, dude, like the hottest girls at the party knock on the door while I'm in the bathroom. And they're like, who's in there? And they're laughing. And I'm on the fucking toilet, bro. High as hell.
This is like
sweating,
a scene from Dumb and Dumber.
Just sweating. Just total paranoia. They're going to come in here. It's going to smell. It's going to be terrible. The whole party's going to know. And I'm fucked. And I don't think it ended up being a big deal. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ellie. So you were paranoid because they were going to come in there and smell your shit?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes.
Dude,
But there's also 40 people there.
Right. Dude,
You know?
I'm talking about, I took a dab like 2 years ago and slipped into a parallel fucking universe where I was sure I was never going to come back from. I was looking at my wife. She looked like her evil twin.
Yeah.
I felt like I was experiencing the world 2 inches up and 2 inches over, and I was jumping so that when I landed, my soul would come back down into my body.
Holy shit.
I had I'd forgotten who I was, where I came from. I had to call my mom. My stepdad came there, and it was a terrifying experience. But first, I had this epiphany.
It's like a bad acid trip.
Yeah, I think there is something with psilocybin and marijuana that are like keys to parallel universes. And sometimes that can be terrifying, but if you aren't scared, it can be like a fucking really, like it can create some clarity on things. Some people think that the paranoia that comes from smoking weed because you don't have your shit in order. And that shit's just going to bring it to the surface, and then you can look at it and fix it.
Right. So maybe that's why it happens to people in their 30s, because they're all of a sudden completely independent.
Yes.
Everything's on them.
Yes.
And they're stressed. They're
not
having
as far as they thought they wanted to be.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point, right?
Yeah.
All of these things that we've fucking ignored in our 20s now are like, because time is fucking going faster and faster.
Yeah.
You fucking smoke weed and you start to think like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, short story, very long. I stopped smoking weed for a while after that terrifying experience. Then I came across the Delta 8. I did small doses of it. And now I'm able to have that kind of like clarity experience. And get some creativity without the paranoia.
Cool.
I'm sorry that your experience wasn't that great. Was it good? You were just really high, or was it a little too much?
It was too much. I'm serious.
Yeah.
It was too much. No, because I think I ate like 3 of them.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, because you look at it, it says 0.08% or something, right?
Right. Yeah. No, 0.03, less than 3% THC.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
like, and what I was gonna say is after, so I lost my job at a drug rehab during the pandemic,
Yeah.
right? And so I was out of a job. I have 50% custody of my kid, so half the week I was not working, and I was I didn't have my kid, and I was single, and so I was like, fuck it, and I hadn't done drugs or anything like that, so that's why I did the mushrooms and shit. You know what I mean? Because I had actually, that was my first time doing mushrooms. So, yeah.
And you didn't have a bad experience.
No,
That's
it was the best,
Really?
dude. I just laughed for fucking 2 hours. I was
But
with
you
a friend
saw
of
some
mine.
clarity too. You had
Yes,
Was
the
it
wor-
like an epiphany in the
Yes.
moment where you're like, "Fuck, I should be a comedian"?
No,
or-
it was the next day.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
it was the next day. But there's something to be said about that. Maybe I was watching like stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Like that day, and then I did that, and then the next day I was like, I probably watched it again, and
Yeah.
was like,
I can
Huh.
do this.
fuck it. But yeah. So and then I did obviously tons of heroin, and because I needed to see what the hype was about.
You know what's
See?
interesting
I'm just
about
kidding.
heroin? I know. Disclaimer: Corey didn't do a bunch of heroin. It was just a little bit.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about heroin is how much unbelievable music has been created under the influence of heroin.
Yeah.
Some of the best music of our time was created by people while they were under the influence of heroin. It ended up being their demise, which is also sad. But same thing with acid, LSD. Some of the greatest music ever made, in some people's opinion, was made under the influence of psychedelics.
Right.
And I think because I asked you about your creative process and whatnot. I'm very intrigued by this. Like, where does creativity come from? Because, like, even though we'd like to say I came up with that shit, the best shit feels like it just comes to us,
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that's fucking brilliant. And I think sometimes that when I said these are like keys to doors, hidden doors, that it just like opens up. Like, if you had an antenna for creativity, like, remember the antennas on your car where you would turn it on and the thing would come like like come out for
Yeah.
you, those youngins out there. We used to have metal rods that would come out of the hood of our car to pick up waves in the air, right? And then people would break them off and smoke crack with them. Remember?
Oh Jesus. No.
Oh no.
I don't.
Okay, that was just my house. But so say like you have this antenna, but when you fucking smoke the weed or take a little psilocybin, that antenna then fucking goes up and you're more receptive to this creativity.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you're
right?
saying we're doing drugs like tonight?
Yeah. I put it in your fucking drink, man.
Oh shit.
Hold on tight, motherfucker.
So I did, dude. I started fucking around at a young age with weed and
Right.
whatever, really, to be honest.
Yep.
And so I feel like, and I did it for a long time, and so I feel like I've already opened up all those until I did the mushrooms, obviously. But the
Right.
rest, I feel like I've already opened up all that because I knew exactly what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do from a very young age. And I
Right.
did not want to do fucking school.
Yeah.
I did not want to do motherfucking school. School was just, and I came down here to go to school
college.
It was just a way to get
community
to Florida.
college.
It was just a way to get to Florida. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. I moved from Massachusetts to go to a community college in Florida.
Yeah, aren't some of the best Ivy League schools in Massachusetts? No, isn't like.
Oh, it's the best education in the country
Yeah.
for sure. What? No, did I show you this clip? I have a great. I
you have
think
a
it's
bit
good
about
clip.
this?
It turned into. It was. I don't write a bit, but
Right.
I don't know. I was just talking with an audience member that I do have a bit where I talk about how people in Florida get shitty education, which I should probably stop saying that type of shit about Florida. It's not.
No, do not be afraid to say funny
it's not
things,
gonna help
Corey.
me.
Do not be afraid to
No,
say
but
funny
it's not-
things, man.
yeah, it's not going to help.
Nobody's
me.
going to cancel you.
Yeah. But
So you left Boston to go to school in Florida.
yeah. No, but this audience member goes.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, well, we have UCF and blah 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 blah, and I was like, really? I was like, that's interesting. You know what they have in Boston? Fucking Harvard,
Yeah, that's right.
MIT.
Right.
Would you shut the fuck up? Most interactions end with, will you please shut the fuck up?
Right.
Because that's just most people just get a chuckle out of that, hearing that. It's the only situation where you can really tell somebody, can you go fuck
So
yourself?
when you went to community college, you didn't, it was like, nah.
First semester, I was at the beach.
Yeah, same with me,
Second
man.
semester, got fucking dean's list.
Really?
Yeah, because my situation, it would have ended Florida. So, yeah, I got dean's list. I took a class in coaching athletics, which I was a basketball coach for about 6 years.
Oh, shit.
I was a private basketball coach too, and I was a after-school coach at Palm Beach Day Academy over on the island.
Really?
Yeah.
So white
I
men
got
can
pictures.
jump.
It's crazy. I could dunk when I was a junior in high school, and by senior year, I couldn't dunk anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I probably only dunked like 5 times in my life, though.
Like dunked or got close to the rim?
No. Threw it down, bro. What do you mean? You can't
No
just walk around
shit.
saying that you could dunk at one point and it's like fake.
Oh, shit.
No, I threw it down, but 5 times in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thin enough, or just the weight, or, you know what I mean, or got enough speed.
Aside from murdering on stage, doing a slam dunk has to be one of the best feelings in the world. You know, there's some things in life that you'll just never get to experience.
Yeah.
You know, and mine is fucking slam dunking.
Yeah.
You know,
I've scored a touchdown in a football game in high school.
well, that's dope.
Pretty-
So what you're saying is you peaked in high school.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't. I was a late bloomer.
I think I'm peaking now, bro.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. You're on a trajectory that is fucking beautiful to watch, bro.
And it's funny that because I've heard those words from somebody that I really respect in comedy. They said, you know, they know I'm not a fucking professional.
Right.
But they're like, dude, your trajectory is insane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you.
Right.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
So I'm faking it till I make it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. You
know?
got to act as if. You know, act as if.
Act as if?
Yeah. Act as if you got the biggest dick in the room.
No.
Act as if you own
No,
the place.
I don't want to do that.
Act as if.
I'm so going the other way, though.
Yeah.
I am, dude, because what I've learned is the biggest thing with comedy, the second that you're not humble, you're not funny anymore.
Yeah, or authentic.
Well, no,
people-
you could still be an
people-
asshole and authentic.
no.
You could be an authentic big dick Nick, but
Right.
but I'm saying, dude, and I hate to say this about Kevin Hart, but a lot of people have told me that Kevin Hart isn't as funny because he put out this special where he was at his house and he was
Oh, it was terrible.
and he was kind of being boasty,
It was
right?
terrible.
And people are like, he ain't funny.
Dude, it was terrible.
So that's such a goal, is to stay even keeled and just never become not humble. Not that I'm not making those types of waves to be a big shot anyway,
Right.
to be honest, and I fucking know that. But even if, you know, if I get different opportunities in the future, you can't. I don't know. The only person that could do that is Chappelle. Chappelle literally said, I'm just going to be the shit from now on, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
Right.
Dude.
He earned it, man.
Yeah.
He's the fucking GOAT, you know? And they're trying to cancel him.
Yeah.
But you can't cancel the canceller, you know? I don't know, man. I can say that since the time that we've met, watching you fucking grind, and not only for yourself as a comedian, but what you are doing for other comedians. And I know it's not just you. You guys are all working together to make this happen. I know you like alternate who hosts the show and whatnot, but it's like sometimes, you know, you'll host or sometimes another friend will host, but it's still your production. But your legwork and the grind that you're doing is creating a platform for talented people. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. We feel honored to be one of the spaces that you've been doing that in.
Yeah.
And I look forward to doing a lot more of them, man. I look forward to continuing to watch you grow as an artist and find new material and develop material and tighten up bits. And, you know, this will always be a space for you to do that, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Always.
Yeah, dude, sometimes I have like a big show and I'm like, maybe I should just pull up with my speaker at the Kava bar and just be like, dude, I'm just going to sit here for an hour.
Riff.
What?
And riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what, you know.
Should we do that?
Yeah, dude. So the fucking, the comedy, what's the place called in LA?
But then that comes across as not humble. You can't see, that's like a power move too. I'm saying, dude, I'm watching everything I do, man, because it's all a vibe. Everything's a vibe. Everything you fucking do. Every production that I do is a different vibe. And so it's funny. I wouldn't do that. That's why I haven't done that, actually. Because you're like, well, I'm just going to walk in here with my fucking speaker and be like,
now, obviously, it needs to be like a fucking, you know, like a setup thing or whatever. But like, so the Comedy Store in LA, right? A lot of comedians go there to work out. It's their gym, you know? And there were times I've heard about fucking certain comedians going there for 2 hours with a fucking notebook, you know? And just going through their shit. Some stuff works, some doesn't. But it's like if you're going to be a fucking, you know, musician, you got to practice, you got to rehearse. And the audience is so important in comedy, that back and forth and that receptiveness of the audience that you can't really rehearse in your living room.
Right.
You know, you got to do it in front of a crowd.
Well, but that's why I say that I do better when I'm just going off, because I've spent a lifetime avoiding being responsible and saying and doing the right things. And now I'm using it to my advantage. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. Well, you never know. You fucking never know. What's on your horizon? What do we have to look forward to from Corey Cognac?
March 11th, I'm producing a show. The Orlando Improv has like a room next door with like 100 seats and a stage. And I'm calling it the Poor Decisions Comedy Showcase. So, POUR.
Yep.
It's me, Corey Cognac, and Hennessy Williams.
Hilarious.
Are the features, and it's I'm super psyched for it, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time producing a show really out of South Florida, and the fact that I'm doing it, I mean, dude, Hennessy is one of the best in South Florida, if not.
He's fucking hilarious. We were blessed to have him as kind of our headliner at our first Cavity in Comedy.
Show,
no, he wasn't on the Coup show.
Yes, he was.
Wasn't he the last? Who was the last guy to go? Well, Hennessy Williams is very funny. There was the gentleman who was.
Well, it's funny because
Was he also on the first show?
Oh, there's Phil Isme.
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil Isme.
Beast.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the two confused. Well, Hennessy Williams is also fucking hilarious.
They have a podcast together. They're
really?
Boys. Yeah, they're boys.
Oh, can we plug that? Do you know the name of it?
In the Crib podcast.
In the Crib?
Yeah.
We'll find the link or whatever. We'll put it in the description. Two very funny gentlemen. So I'm sure that's a fucking blast.
Yeah.
What about you with the podcast, man? You've got all this fucking gang of loony. You can do it from right here, man.
Oh, that's true. That's true, because my immediate answer would have been that I don't want to invest first of all, in the equipment. I already have all my fucking other
recording studio stuff. Do you still have all that?
No, my buddies all did, though.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
People I'm still friends with today that are my best friends are the people I was making music with.
Oh, no shit.
18 years ago.
So you would say you wouldn't do a podcast because you don't have the space to do it, or you don't want to invest in the equipment. I've done that for you, man.
How about the editing?
We're not going to edit this.
Right. But
I mean, you can have a highly produced podcast where you go in and edit it, but the best ones are like the fucking like this, man. This has been a great conversation.
I think it would stretch me too thin.
I understand. Once a week, once a month, check in.
No, here is different. Yeah, I could do that. You're absolutely right. But I'm saying on my own accord would be a little much.
No, dude, you should think about it, and I'll push you more to do it. Like, this stuff is here for you to use. I only do it. I do 3 episodes a week. We got another couple friends that do this Would You Date You podcast from here, and I think it would be an awesome way for you to talk about shows, workout material, bring your funny friends on. I'm gonna push you to do it, man, and we would love for you to do it from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's what, an hour once a week. You come in here with bring one of your comedian friends with you, and just sit down for an hour and just shoot the shit. You know, the first ones will be a little awkward, but after that, it gets rolling.
I don't know. I don't see enough of the benefit. I don't.
You don't see the upside.
No. I don't know.
Thanks, man.
You're
like, I don't even know why we're fucking doing this in the first place.
No, I don't mean that, bro. I'm saying because of we were talking about trajectory, right? So I don't know. A lot of comedians do it, and I'm just like, man, I don't know.
You don't want to do it just to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
And so to do it right. And to really gather a following would be more work than I'd be willing to invest. Because
you're a busy guy right now. I respect that.
That's it.
Well, at the very least, I hope that you'll be a regular guest with me here.
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
All right, that's perfect.
Next time, mushroom tea.
Yeah, I'm with it, dude.
Yeah?
I'm with it. It's got to be the last one like we did tonight. And
that's one of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll just do a very small amount, and things will get weird.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Very, very small amount. Right? It's all natural. It's all natural. She said, "Don't do that to me, Corey. She'll have to deal with me being all fucking weird."
Oh yeah?
No, not always.
It's like,
what?
Do you
Sometimes
tell him?
we have not at all.
Do you always tell him like what he can and can't eat? Because he's gonna get gassy later and stuff.
No, she tells me what I can't eat, and
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
food.
Oh.
Well, it's because when she met me, I was
Skinnier?
like skinnier. I fucking look fantastic. I was
saw
working
some
out
old pictures,
regularly, shoulders on me, fucking like we saw a video the other day of me like I look fucking incredible. But I got married and got fat and happy.
Nice.
You know? And it's like I'm my body is turning into shapes that I don't like, but I'll get back on top of it again. I just
lost 10 pounds out of nowhere. I don't know how the fuck I did.
What'd you do? Take a shit?
I know, right? Because I'm a fucking dinosaur.
Oh yeah, you're in a relationship now.
No, but I lost 10 in the past 3 months.
Well, because the relationships are fucking stressful.
I'm not. No,
I'm
this one ain't.
No, she's amazing.
We're good. Oh,
She's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're definitely. What's the word I'm looking for? Married up. You definitely married up.
You didn't know my ex.
No, not from her. From you.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She's out of your league is what I'm saying. I'm not being serious, man. I'm just giving. She's an amazing young woman.
Yeah.
And you guys seem like you got a great thing going. She seems very supportive. I know from what I understand, she's great with the little one.
Yeah, man.
And I'm excited to see how that pans out, too. We got to do like a double date. We've already talked about this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
We'll drink alcohol and you will drink whatever the...
No, this stuff. Sometimes... Look, you've had almost your whole tea.
I know,
How do you
I
feel?
like it. I'm
I
chilling
gave you
out.
the red one, which would be the most calming, help you get to sleep tonight.
Cool.
No, we drink alcohol sometimes, man.
Right.
When I don't have to work for the next 2 days.
Right.
I get 2-day hangovers now.
Oh, yeah. No, me too.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. I was just, it's funny. 50 Cent made songs about smoking weed and drinking all the time, and he didn't. And that's...
Really?
Dude, 50 Cent, I think, has
Straight edge.
Yeah. And... a lot of people are like that, and it's the ones that are successful that he actually was quoted saying, he's like, the motherfuckers that I know that smoke weed every day, they're fucking broke.
Right.
It's like they're broke.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they don't get high on your own supply. Don't fucking like do as I say, not as I do, or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I love to fuck around and say that I'm doing these things. Because I feel like people think that if anybody knows like my family and what I grew up around, they probably think I'm like a serious drug addict,
right?
Or like
But
so I make a point.
I know you. I've gotten to know you pretty well. You're clearly not. You're
right.
a pretty fucking straight edge dude.
Yeah,
Have some cocktails here and there, but
yeah, no, but I love playing off the cognac thing as if I'm like an alcoholic.
right.
That's where I think I'm gonna start like going further with.
Yeah.
That I'm like this just animal alcoholic, but it's gonna be an act.
Like what's his name? Who always has his shirt off in his shows, but he actually
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. He actually is a fucking crazy alcoholic.
He's the machine.
The machine. The fucking machine. That story he tells is hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, I appreciate you coming to hang out with me. It was like pulling teeth to get you here because you're such a busy guy, and I appreciate.
Put my kid to bed.
No, I'm just kidding. Corey's been telling me, Blake, can I fucking get on there? I actually had one of the. Yeah, you have been, and I appreciate you even being interested to sit down with me for this fucking nonsense. Yeah. I actually had one of the comedians.
Not nonsense. What the fuck?
Thanks, dude. One of the comedians from our last comedy showdown was actually on a couple nights ago, Isaiah Mueller. He won second place. Isaiah from New York. I think he's Danny's friend. I never even
met him, dude. Yeah, Danny's friend from New York. Wow.
Dude, so I'm like nervous before because we like booked him because he was going back to New York like after the comedy showdown.
Right.
I'm like, oh, you should be on my podcast. And he's like, I can only do it if it's this Monday. So he comes. I'm like nervous. Like I don't know this guy at all.
Right.
I have no idea what we're going to talk about. We ended up talking for an hour and 45 minutes about aliens, the Illuminati, fucking, the Galactic Federation of Light. Like, it was awesome. So what I'm getting at is I'm looking forward to having more of comedians that you work with regularly on the podcast.
Sure.
But I got Isaiah in because he was going out of town, but I wanted to really talk to you first, kind of set the tone for the comedians in your circle that we're going to be bringing on. So
cool.
Everybody can kind of be on the lookout for that. If people want to link up with you on social media, come see one of your shows, what's the best way to follow what you have going on?
You don't have to check with me to have comedians on.
No, but it was important to me that, like, we sat down first, and I introduced you because moving forward, when we have these comedians on, it'll kind of be like, to represent your community and what you're doing. So cool. And that was important to me.
Yeah.
If people want to follow you on social media, figure out where you're doing shows next, what's the best way to do that?
Well, at Corey Cognac, Corey. And if you can't spell cognac, then you're not an alcoholic, and I don't want to be friends with you. Just kidding.
Cognac is like lasagna, right?
Dude, I had this booker call me the other day, and he goes, is this Corey Cognac?
He thought it was your real last name. And he's like, there's no way his real last name is Cognac, so it's got to be Cognac.
Yeah. And I've been introduced that on stage. The host is like, coming to the stage, Corey Cognac.
Oh, my God.
Bro. And I'm like, hey, give it up for that guy that's going to go home and eat some lasagna tonight. He's going to go have a filet mignon. I'm like, it's cognac. No.
So at Corey Cognac.
It's cognac, yeah.
Corey with an E.
Yeah.
COREY,
Yep. And then at Intrepid Events FL.
Exactly. Intrepid Events is your production company. You're a very talented young man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing your talents here.
I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your fucking beautiful place.
Thanks, bro.
And you guys are some of the most welcoming business owners I've ever seen, and take care of your people and really care for what you're doing. And your hustle is at a level that I'd say is close to mine.
That's fair. I really appreciate that, man. No, I know, and I appreciate that. The feeling's mutual. I'm glad that we've met. I look forward to this to being the beginning of a long, mutually beneficial relationship.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yo, let's go make out, bro.
All right. Want to go do karate in the garage?
Even better.
Do we just become best friends? Can we make bunk beds? Is there anything better than a Step Brothers reference?
True.
Fucking classic. Thanks again, brother.
Yeah,
you guys, thanks for joining us tonight. This is live from Hakuna. If you like what you heard, you can click subscribe, which is about here, and then click the little bell, if I can figure out how to point right there. And most importantly, do you love yourself and love the people you're around? Go hang out with this guy. He's fucking hilarious. Thanks again, Corey. Love you, buddy. See y'all soon.